Welcome back. YCN Sports Talk, one final segment. Jeremy Stout, Dave Collins, and Dave, we got a slate of games on Saturday here on YCN.
Another triple header for you here on YCN, Comcast HD 712. It starts at 12 noon on Saturday. Charlotte will visit Temple in the city of brotherly love. 3:30 has Mississippi at UMass, and then at 7 o'clock, the nightcap here on YCN on Saturday, Louisiana Tech at Middle Tennessee. And then our Monday night game of the week, it'll actually take place Friday at 6:30. Lebanon visits Hanover for high school football, and a replay of that game can be seen right here on YCN Monday night at 7:30 in the evening.
So you'll be at that game on Friday night, so you can listen to it
on ESPN Radio, 94.5 FM,
here,
1400 AM.
And then Monday you can watch it on YCN, and you'll see myself.
All right.
So, so jumping into local, we previewed the Dartmouth UNH football game. We had split decisions on that one. UNH struggled part of the game. They were fortunate on some turnovers, I think. That was really the keys of the game, where UNH looked like they had built a lead. But don't count Dartmouth out. Big comeback. I still want to know who made that line. 9-point favorites for Dartmouth. You know, they won by 1, and UNH had a chance in the final minute, 40 seconds to drive down the field. And, hey, great job by Buddy Tevens right now. And they've got a game against Holy Cross this weekend. And Dartmouth could start off 2-0 and really be a threat in the Ivy League. You know, the preseason rankings came out, and it was Harvard number 1, Penn number 2, Dartmouth ranked number 3, and Yale ranked number 4. Those two matchups later on in the season, Dartmouth and Penn and Dartmouth and Harvard, might be really good games to attend. And they're always great games within the Ivy League, and it seems like Dartmouth, or it doesn't seem, it is, the last 7 years they have outperformed their preseason rankings. And this year, as you mentioned, ranked 3rd. And no, it wasn't an Ivy League game, but they're already off on the right foot, beating a team, as you said, big underdogs at home. And going back to that game a little bit more, Dartmouth down by 2 touchdowns going into the 4th quarter. Missed the 2-point conversion, so they couldn't cut the deficit to 3. They had to go for another touchdown, and give them credit, just fighting the whole game. Buddy Tevens works his magic again. And I don't want to knock Dartmouth at all, because they deserve to win that game, but a little questionable by UNH moving quarterbacks in and out. They played 2 different quarterbacks. There wasn't a significant injury. The starting quarterback came back in. Just a little strange. It just seems that UNH is not the team that everyone in New Hampshire or New England knew about for the past 3 years. You know, they came in ranked, I believe, 22. And all of a sudden, give credit, again, Buddy Tevens and that staff, that entire staff, including the medical staff, getting the players healthy for that game against UNH. They knew that this was their biggest game at that time. Right. Because it's their opening game. It's against UNH. It's a team that they're probably not going to play with the next few years. Yeah. But, hey, you get that. If this is the last game between those teams in a while, Dartmouth's got the mark on them. And then Dartmouth goes to Holy Cross this Saturday. So we'll see UNH did beat Holy Cross. So the transitive property there, Dartmouth wins on Saturday. So we'll see. Another big Dartmouth team, the men's soccer team. They've got a huge game against the University of Vermont. That's coming up this Saturday, 2 o'clock up in Burlington at Virtue Field. Men have been on a roll as well. They were ranked at one point. They're still rolling along. They tied UMass Lowell 1-1 earlier this week. But that'll be a good game to watch if you're headed up north to Burlington this weekend. And the women's soccer had a good victory on Tuesday night. Yeah, they beat UVM. They shut them out 1-0. They've only let up, I believe, 3 goals this year. So that's pretty impressive. Wow, good team, yeah. Yeah, so both Dartmouth soccer teams, if you have a chance, come on out to Burnham Field in Hanover to watch any of these teams. DartmouthSports.com is the website. Our email address, by the way, sportstalk@ycnnow.com. All right, we got to get into some NFL picks. We'll lead it off with the Thursday night game, Texans and Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots. I think it's a pick-em line, but I'm taking the Patriots win this game. I do too. All right. I think they'll be fine this week. All right, Redskins and Giants. We talked about that Giants team. They get a chance to go up early. What do you think? Can they take care of business with Kirk Cousins? I still don't believe in Kirk Cousins as a Washington quarterback, at least for this season. I think Eli and the Giants will roll. I think Victor Cruz finally breaks out and has a pretty big game for New York. All right, I take the Giants too as well. They're 2 for 2, the same picks. Jaguars and Ravens. This is an interesting game. Baltimore starting pretty hot considering what they were projected for. Yeah, this was a pick-em game when we looked at it, but I think Baltimore's at home. Jacksonville hasn't really surprised anybody yet right now, but I'm going to take Baltimore to win at home. I agree with you there. Baltimore again. So let's see. Your Jets taking on the Chiefs up in Kansas City, over in Kansas City. Who you got? Well, on the road, can they do it? Overall for the NFL picks, I'm 4-2 this season. You're 3-3. I went 3-0 last week. I am going to take the Jets, even though Andy Reid, ever since he was in Philadelphia, he's managed a way to beat the Jets. I think he's got
got something up his sleeve, but I'm confident in the Jets. You know, Fitzpatrick was named the AFC.
And he has a long week off because they played Thursday night. All right,
Exactly.
that's going to be the game I'm going to make up on you and catch you in the standings.
Right.
I'm taking the Chiefs at home. We go to Monday Night Football. Falcons at Saints. This might be some points.
Oh, listen, Atlanta needs to win this game.
After a big loss last week.
After a big loss last week, and where they've fallen off the face of the earth in the past year and a half or so. I think Atlanta definitely needs to win this. I don't know about Drew Brees. If age might be catching up to him in New Orleans.
Yeah, so you're going Falcons.
I'm going
on
with
the
Atlanta.
road. I'm taking New Orleans. They come off their loss against the Giants, and they come back home where they play a much better offense. They score more points at home. I will take the Saints. So 2 games we disagree on. We'll see what happens.
All right, sounds good.
All right, and we will be back. Yeah, we'll be back next week. Once again, every Wednesday night, you can catch us here at 7:30 on YCN and throughout the week on the replays. Dave, thanks again. Thanks to everybody back in the studio, Alex and Greg. Next week, catch us, YCN Sports Talk.